online, but we know there's going to be talk afterwards from either side or whatever it may be. We're going to be recording this as official witness to the stakes and stipulations of the match. So as he comes up, we've got a few minutes for the guys to prepare themselves. We're going to be discussing all details to be ironed out momentarily, and we'll get on with the show. So thank you once again for bearing with us here. I appreciate it. And thank you all of you online for tuning in and hanging out for the hour. I hope you enjoyed the ladies' 10-ball match. Did you all enjoy the ladies playing earlier? I hope. All right. So we're going to change the pace a little bit now. Thank you very much for changing the pace from the ladies playing 10-ball to the main event grudge match between Mr. Lou Figueroa and Mr. John Barton, who I have to thank both of you on camera in front of everyone, being cordial gentlemen towards one another here today. I sincerely appreciate that. And you guys are both look very focused and determined to come to the table and just do what you came to do and win. So I thank you very much. If I may ask both of you to approach the table on opposite sides, I'll be in the middle here. We have the world of the internet, the world of AZ Billiards, and all those who have followed the threads or followed this. CMN China, St. Louis, Missouri, coming together here, hopefully settling this match. Now, what would you gentlemen like to make as the final offer to start off as a $10,000 challenge on each side, 20 in the middle? We're going to have that posted, and I'll be locking that away securely here on the premises. There was something posed online to add another 15 or so or not, so I would like you gentlemen on the air in front of all to discuss cordially what the final wager will be.
Okay, well, I offered 4 or 5 times to bet 20,000. I wanted it all posted. My requests were completely ignored. Lou asked me to bet another 15,000 a week before, the day I was setting up my show. So anyway, I've discussed this with my wife, who is my banker. But anyway, for me, since my earlier requests were met with silence, and after discussing this with my wife, we've placed a big investment in our own business, so I'm happy to keep it at 10. And furthermore, I don't have a lot of cash, so I was wondering if I could PayPal the rest of the stake.
I brought money. I expect you to post the money. 10,000 is fine, but you got to put it up. Go to an ATM or do no. You're posting. I brought money. You've known for 3 months this match was going to happen at 4 o'clock on Tuesday.
Come on, Lou. I got 2,000 here, man. I'll put the other 5 in PayPal right now.
All right, the terms have been stated. 10,000 has been agreed upon. 10,000 will be posted here today. I didn't buy a bite of it, John. I didn't buy one bit.
I'm not as good an actor as
No, you smile too easily. So, but I'd like to see you both smiling. So I will count this to verify 10,000 from John Barton of JB Cases. 3,000 has already been posted elsewhere. So the remaining 7 must be posted with me. The gentlemen both have a neutral party that collected the initial 3,000 no-show post that would have been forfeited if either 2 of these gentlemen did not show today. So Lou's counting his. I'm going to count this here. This is real.
Offered to give him a cheaper lesson in CTE, but he didn't want it.
$7 to complete it. Check John Barton, $7,000 to complete the $10,000 full wager.
Do we know that these are real?
Because these are new bills and they're sticking together. But I think
There might be new bills stuck together, so do I get to keep the extras if they're stuck, Lou?
only if there's 20 in there.
All gratuity is greatly appreciated, sincerely.
If there's a 20 in there.
Believe me, if I win, I'm going to spend $20,000 partying on lose 10. Can we roll around in it?
I asked if we can all just roll around in it first.
I want to bet 100,000 is what I want to bet. If I had it, it'd be stacked right here. Of course, if I win,
Yeah, I'm
try
right.
again. I'll say flip it. Everybody got that? You guys bought enough to flip it, right?
The offer to flip it if there's a win in this way
If I
goes
win-
for
if I
another
win, I'll say
another
flip it.
event, but we're going to have some little extra costs to that if we want to keep the crew here.
I'm paying for the whole crew anyway. What does it matter?
Check Lou Figueroa's side, 7,000, 7,000, 3,000 previously posted. It is final, $10,000 the wager.
You also said you wanted a 500 a game side bet. Is that on?
No, I'm going to let you go with that one. I'm going to let you off easy this time.
I want to bet 500 a game.
All right? That is no bet. As advertised, $20,000 in the middle here. All getting combined, going to the winner. You're going to see me disappear with a briefcase and handcuff to the Sandcastle vault in the dungeon. My fingers will cooperate with me. Gentlemen, as far as terms go on the rules for fouls, all ball fouls, cue ball fouls, what have you guys agreed upon? Just to be clear.
We agreed on the rules at onepocket.org.
Okay, the rules are going to be used from the aficionados of One Pocket, onepocket.org. These two gentlemen agreed upon that.
So those rules state that
If there's any discrepancies, I'll pass the mic over.
there's not an all-ball foul.
So there's no O-ball foul. One ball is the option for the opponent to put it back or leave it where it lies. If more than one ball is disrupted, then what happens? Then is that a foul costing a ball? I believe, from my weak memory, that that is the case. If more than one ball is disrupted, whether it be object balls or more than one object ball is disrupted, that would be a foul. John's verifying that in the rules, and we'll clarify that.
In the event that a player accidentally, here, I'll just read it.
All right.
You want to read it?
I don't have my glasses. I don't have glasses.
God, you are getting so old. All right. In the event that a player accidentally moves a ball, the opponent may elect to have the disturbed ball remain in its new position or be restored to its original position. When balls are restored, they shall be placed as close as possible to their original positions with no advantage to be gained by the offending player. If no official is available to restore disturbed balls, then the players must come to an agreement on satisfactory replacement of the disturbed balls prior to continuing play. That's
Okay, that is agreed upon. That's clear there. Are there any other questions or points to come up? I know we had a few beforehand, but I think it's all clear as far as onepocket.org has rules. We can, if we're unsure, we'll break from the game at that point to verify if we don't recall.
There's a three-foul rule. 3 fouls has lost the game according to this.
That's correct. 3 foul rule. I think that's common.
Tell the other guy he's on 2.
They must be warned on two. That is correct. They must be warned on two. They got more specific in tournaments. I don't know if it's in these rules, but as he approaches a table, just before his innings begins to commit the third foul. Is that understood by both parties? Okay, that's understood. I think we're clear there.
Let's rock and roll.
I don't think there's anything else. Thank you all very much for tuning in. Thank you much, gentlemen, for coming out, agreeing to allow me to be the platform for this long-anticipated grudge match. Would you guys like to flip or lag for the first break? Lag it is. No cue ball, neutral object balls. All right, so now this is concluded. They'll be coming out and introduced into the arena in form and fashion of the new amateur sandcastle billiard format. So bear with us, and we'll be right back with these two gentlemen lagging for the first rack in this race to 9 in one pocket for a total of $20,000 in the middle. Thank you. Amateur theater night here at Sandcastle Billiards. Gonna make it nice and smoky for you, so get your gas masks out. I am the Sandman. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our first opponent tonight played his opponent once in tournament play and pulled out a victory. He is founder of In-Stroke Cases, later on founding JB Cases of jbcases.com. He is matched up in several action battles all over the world, but first and utmost, he's a family man, happily married with 2 incredible children, currently residing in Xiamen, China. Give it up for Mr. John Barton.
Bad to the bone, bad to the bone, bad to the bone, bad to the bone.
All right, and as we all know, his opponent, the Montana State 8-ball champion, I'll wait for the cue. Once again, the Montana State 8-ball champion, U.S. Air Force 14.1 European champion. This gentleman has cashed 5 times in the Derby City Classic one-pocket division. And for 15 years, he has written several original stories, instructional tips, and trip reports for several pool publications and online forums. To quote Mark Griffin, CEO of CSI, Q Sports International, he quoted him as the best writer in pool on the internet, now a retired U.S. Air Force officer and Pentagon spokesperson, currently residing in St. Louis. Let's hear it for Mr. Lou Figueroa.
Here is something you can't understand. How I can just kill a man. Here is something you can't understand. How I can just kill a man. Here is something you can't understand. How I can just kill a man. Here is something you can't understand. How I can just kill a man.
All right, thank you all once again. Once this smoke clears, they're going to make their own smoke on the table. All right, thank you all very much once again. We're going to get these table lights on. Turn on the sun here. All right, gentlemen, whenever you're ready, if you can deal with the smoke effects. Lagging for first break in this race to 9. Thank you very much. That was a beautiful handshake. Good luck to both of you. Play well. All right, folks. Well, here we are once again. Freddie, thank you for rejoining me in the booth here. Freddie Agnew, the corner man,
Thanks, Eddie.
and Ed Ladowie, Sandman of Sandcastle Billiards.
The quarter man and the sand man here.
All right.
Boy, this has been a long time coming. Looks like Lou, we're racking their own, I assume.
Yes, they're going to be racking their own racks. Their opponent can check the rack. If they need a call on the head, I guess they may be calling me. I had a scheduled ref here. Unfortunately, I can't have him out here because due to illness. He called last minute. He's trying to make it, and he may even be here if this goes to day 2, if he's up to it for tomorrow. If they need to call a hit, I will go out there and call that hit myself.
Okay.
I don't like being involved in that. If you want to take those calls, like we said earlier,
You know,
I'd rather have someone else do it. But
we talked about this in the last match, but rather stay away from that. Here we go. The smoke's still in the
Yeah,
air. Trying to
smoke's in
clear it
there.
out.
all right. All right, and I like how they're having a little fun with it.
Well, Lou,
But I'm going to go grab a fan to clear this out real quick. So
Okay.
excuse me, guys.
We'll start
Jeff,
with
I'm going
that.
to leave you on your own, and let me help clear out the smoke.
well, we're going to start this out. We can actually see on the camera. You can still see the smoke out there. Great introduction for the two guys here. It's Lou Figueroa, who's about to break. He won the lag. Lou is a former Montana State 8-ball champion. I believe he's a 2-time U.S. Air Force Euro champion. They take that, back then they took that straight pool championship pretty seriously. Looks like he's texting on the phone there, probably texting his sponsor, Gail Figueroa. Lou plays with a Gina Q. This is his travel Gina Q. He's got a couple sporters here from St. Louis, Missouri. They have the backers ready for action. John threw the first temperature riser as he feigned that he didn't have the cash on him and that he was asking if he could PayPal it. Lou looked like he was going to walk off the set. Here we go, first break. This might tell all here. Lou is breaking from the right side as we see it. He's choosing the left-hand corner, bottom corner pocket as you view it on the screen. For those of you new to one pocket, the break is to try to move some balls over to your side of the table, in this case the left side as you can see it, and have the cue ball up and try to hide behind the stack. First break, not great. The 3 balls come up table. The 3 balls, the red ball and the second diamond on the left. John will bunt off the 3 ball, bank it into the stack or across, and have the cue ball die on the 8 ball, on top of the 8 ball. That would be the standard play from this layout. We're in Sandcastle Billiards here, home of the Sandman, Eddie Ladowie. This is Freddie Agnew, the corner man. We'll see this first shot. John decided to bank at his ball. He had actually a much more ball than I realized. He could bank straight at it, and a great first shot. And he's already almost worked his way completely out of the first break. Pretty aggressive shot.
Whoops, you moved the ball.
Lou has just touched the 3 ball with his hand trying to grab the chuck. This is not good news for Lou because his first break wasn't great, and then he almost picked up the 3 ball, and it's the ball that he's actually going to be shooting at, and that's interesting.
John left it there also. He didn't want to move it.
Yeah.
The viewers don't hear me, by the way.
So Lou was trying to take the ball out and have the cue ball really go back in the stack, but he really didn't get there. The 8 ball, I believe, is still available for John. If not the 8 ball, at least the 15. Looks like the 8 ball is cleanly available. No, it's not. I've got a bad angle here, but ball comes up here. This is one pocket for you newbies to one pocket. In this case, Lou has chosen the pocket he's just about to stand to, the left side pocket, left corner pocket as you view it. The right corner pocket, the bottom pocket that you view, is John's pocket. It was Lou's break. John is pretty much out of this break. You have 3 balls on Lou's side of the table, but right now Lou's still trying to get back balls on his side of the table.
That was a nice little splash
Excellent
there.
shot.
Bank the ball to splash it, cue ball down table, and John's got to get comfortable in that spot over there because he's going to spend a lot of time shooting from there.
This is how you'd expect the table to look after Lou's second
Lou's
shot,
break,
but it really
right.
didn't look like that at all.
Mhm.
John has actually allowed Lou to come back to it. Lou's first break was a little bit loose, Eddie, and I think that his first touch of the table, he actually touched an object ball.
Right away? Oh.
John is, if Lou was a top professional player, this might be bigger problems because there was a shot to shoot at. The normal play here would be to start to still work, to start move to your side of the table rather than go for the shot here.
Absolutely. Well, that's why I tried to clarify all the rules. I want to clarify any stipulations. We discussed several things before, but I just wanted to be clear on camera in front of all.
Excellent.
As far as the wager and that goes. And I'm actually very impressed with all the bad blood that's between these two. They're both reserved and very cordial towards one another, which is great.
I mentioned a little bit earlier that John got the first parting shot to get the temperature rise, as I knew he had the cash on him, but he told Lou that he didn't, and Lou's face turned very red and turned around as if he'd made a wrong decision. John's going to go with something crazy. No, he isn't the right shot.
He's holding the cue ball. A little bit wild on the cue ball. But
Yeah, that cue ball needed to be behind the 8 ball. But John, I've played both these guys. John is an aggressive, wide open type of player. One pocket has not been his game, but supposedly he's been working on it for the last several months.
I think he's been working on his pocketing skills, especially with Stan Shuff in those 4 days. He has a lot of confidence in his shot-making ability now, and he's going to be trying to emphasize that as much as possible rather than getting into a moves competition with Lou.
Right.
He's going to go for a lot more shots than the average player normally would, or average one-pocket player would. Now, see, he's trying to stick that cue ball to the 9. He did very well.
Oh, great shot.
Very well executed. He's got the 3 to his side, cleared out that area. Lou has no shot on that 8.
And he can't see the 5 or the 3 ball, so
he can't carry him off towards the pocket, towards John's pocket there. Well, thank you for covering me for a few minutes there.
No problem,
I
Eddie.
tried to clear the smoke. Got carried away with the smoke machine. It's having fun here. I hope everybody enjoyed that little amateur intro there. Just to make it a little bit more exciting here.
And the shot by John ended up very good here because you would ideally like the cue ball behind the I guess that's the 5 ball with the orange ball down here. And Lou decided the more aggressive approach and bank the ball and see if John is ready to shoot because he knows John's going to shoot. You know, and I have watched these two guys. I was there when they played the race to 2. John did a very quick. He beat him 2-1, but the 2-1 he won was very, very, very quick. Splashed in the rack, made a ball, and gunned from there. John's gonna have to make that ball if he's gonna win this, and now
he felt that one. He felt that one for sure.
He sold 4 balls here. Lou is good enough. He's supposed to make at least 2 and safe, or if he makes 2 and not safe, it's 4.
Well, it's early on in a long race to 9, so this was Lou's break. So the advantage is supposed to go in that favor heavily. He did escape a couple times, but that was his first mistake shooting that ball, and that's the first shot jitters I claim it to.
So.
I'll chalk that up there. We're gonna see a lot better play out of John than that. Let's see how many Lou can pick off out of this rack here, and see if he can get to that 4 ball or 5 ball rather.
He's on the 13 now, so this will be ball number 3 if he makes it. I guess how he gets up table, it doesn't look like he's got an angle to actually get up table. So
no, I think he's just going to play the 9, come back across, and then maybe kick or just thin or bank out, keep the cue ball by John's pocket. He might just play safe here.
If he's feeling jiggy, he'll try to slide that up to the 10. And he is feeling jiggy, but he came up short. Didn't look like he had
I don't think
the
that angle was there.
No, I don't think it was
Consider that
either.
one. He might try to come out a little bit more aggressive, get the first game under his belt to capitalize on John's miss. And that's one thing in one pocket is never over. You could need 1 ball, be sitting on that hill for 3 hours and never get there. So we don't know what to expect here. Now, just to clarify for those tuning in, excuse me, they are playing a race to 9, 1 pocket. They're playing with Aramith balls with a red circle cue ball, the Aramith Pro Series set. Red circle cue ball. This is a Brunswick Gold Crown 3 table, which was spec'd out at 4.5-inch pockets, straight cut, similar to the Diamond Pro-Am tables.
Was that one of the
deceptively? That was one of the stipulations. I actually had this table specifically made for the arena and brought in, and also broken in a few weeks prior, introducing it at the New Jersey State 10-ball championships here.
Okay.
That way you can get a little broken in, a little wear
some
and tear
shots
on
in.
it. We don't want that slide from the fresh cloth or the pockets to be too forgiving. So let's see what Lou does here now. Is he doesn't really have a shot. He doesn't have the kick. That's why I thought just playing the 9 and coming back across to just kick that or shoot the 5 out of there would be the best option.
You know, if Lou remembers in subsequent games, he won't shoot that shot again because the other shot where he just makes the ball, comes across, and then makes a move to move some balls over is probably the right thing. But I think maybe like I did, immediately I thought, hey, here's 4 open balls. Let's get to try to get the 4.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. All right.
Good
Nice
start by
little
Lou
conservative.
Figueroa.
Send him down table. Yep. Well, let's see. I'm going to Lou's putting the balls
Three
in.
balls,
He's got
ball,
three. He's got 3 balls. Okay, there's a request for 2 ball trays to keep the balls separate so there's no grabs. I mean, we've got witness here and a clear view at the balls, but I'm happy to satisfy any requests.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
It is an odd request, I think, more of a gamesmanship request because this Brunswick Gold Crown does have separate ball trays specifically for games like One Pocket. We have a 1 ball tray specifically. Well, we got the ball tray that the set came in. I suppose we can use. Looks like Eddie's going to just use the lid for Lou's balls. John decided just get into the stack, which he's going to need ball. He's behind 3-0, but it could be a dangerous shot because a straight back bank or a straight bank could leave him playing defensively the entire rest of the rack. And if it goes, the rack will be over. Pretty good shot by Lou. If he got even higher up there by the 3-6, it would have been a tremendous shot. John's going to be forced to shoot 13, I think. 13, 2 rails out. Looks like he's going to go aggressive here. Cue ball dancing. Oh. Well, it's a nice move. Had 2 balls going to his side. But if he doesn't catch the second ball good, he could be in a world of hurt. John is showing that he's just going to go aggressive all the way, which is really that's what he's going to do. And if Lou decides to shoot this 10 ball and he ends up missing, he may sell out a lot of balls. Lou is an excellent shot maker. 100 ball straight pool runner. 126, I believe, his high run is. He has half a dozen or so over 100. This is in the pocket, and he's in play. That's a good shot for Lou because that'll tell you where he is. If he can't come with those shots, which he's supposed to make, then the shakes might get him. Right now he's on 4. Looks like 2 are easy. He might bang into the 14. Maybe kiss it out. No. From here, he looked up table to maybe run into the 1 ball, but I believe that the 11 ball, which is the red stripe ball, might be clear, but the 1 ball would be in his way. So he's looking up tables here where he's got to go. Right now he's up 5-0, I believe. 5-0.
Yeah, I came back to the arena when he shot that nice shot on the 10 ball. It was good speed, played well. So table rolled straight. So
Table rolled straight, perfect
happy
position.
with that. I'm in the clear.
It's not on you.
Nope. And we often try to blame the table or other amenities out there, but it's us. Anyhow, once again, I had Big John Kuglinski, and Coast to Coast Renovations with Josh Thiel out here this morning to fine-tune any shifts in the slate or table that were real bad, and they weren't bad. There was tables just put up a few weeks ago, but as we know, once it's first initially leveled, it settles in after a while and needs to be re-leveled. So we want to do that fine-tuning this morning.
Lou played for a bank on the 2 ball, which accomplishes getting the 2 ball off the side of the table that John owns and gets a ball towards his side and hides the cue ball behind the stack. I mean, that's the whole process here.
Right. You
thought
always
about
want
3 minutes for that shot, which ends up being a very, very good choice.
Absolutely. Rule number 1, I always say, is protect the cue ball. Whether you pocket the ball or not, great. But
and if Lou starts banking like this,
Yep.
John's going to be in for a short day. And if Lou gets comfortable, John needs to get Lou uncomfortable, and that's what he's banking on, so to speak.
Exactly.
You know.
Absolutely.
Lou's on the 1 hole. Certainly doesn't want to just go for a bank up table and leave the 3-6. But if he can get away from not leaving a shot on the 3 and the 6, why not bank this ball? Because you don't need to have those other balls in play. Neither one of these balls go, so I don't know why he would. Well, maybe they do. Maybe there's a combination I can't see.
He's going to shoot that ball into the rail and catches it out. He can send it to cue ball out 2 rails behind the 1. Oh no, he's double banking a 14. I do not like that at all.
I don't either, but he's made
it. He made it. He made it, went for it, but that was a great shot there by Lou.
You see the smirk by Lou because he shot a couple of aggressive shots in that rack, which is not normal for him. He's not known for that.
Right.
But he's showing that he certainly understands the bank, especially on the gold crowns.
Yep.
He understands banking on the gold crowns pretty
and again, table's playing right.
Table's
you know
playing
your
right.
banks, it's responding. It reversed just right. It went to that pocket, and It's 4.5 inches, but it's not that forgiving of a pocket. He played that ball very well.
Very well.
Rack number one goes to Mr. Lou Figueroa in this race to 9. $10,000 has been put up by each person. $3,000 previously posted. The other 7 posted on site here.
Well, it's played out just as we had thought. John would be aggressive, and Lou was playing the right one-pocket type of shots. But Lou got more aggressive than I've seen him in the past.
Mm-hmm.
And I've only seen Lou play a few times at the Derby City Classic. I was fortunate to play him in a small tournament, the same tournament that John played him in.
Okay.
And Lou
And
blanked
one
me.
pocket also.
Lou blanked me because
Okay.
I can't play one pocket, and I had to splash also. And they didn't go in the pocket.
Go in. Yeah, well, you can still splash safely. You know, there's a safe way to splashing at the right time. So.
I didn't take that lesson.
Mhm. I don't know what John was signaling to you there. I think he just smiled and nodded along with him. I didn't
There
catch
you
that.
go. He's got him
but,
right where he wants him, John.
He's got him.
Thanks.
Okay. I think
So-
he's got a W. I think he's making a motion of a W or something.
Exactly.
All righty. Well,
The 7 balls come up table, so it looks like there isn't a. The problem here is Lou can't get the ball on the other side of the table. The other side meaning, in
Right,
in this
understood.
case, John's pocket is the low left one.
the only thing I see here, he can go off the 15, catch the long rail, and come up in between the 11-7, but that still leaves this touchy shot, and it's tough. You could leave the bank on the 7.
Well, I think that's the right shot no matter what, and I think it becomes easier to shoot that shot because the 7 didn't die on the rail. If the
Right.
7 was dead on the rail, then once you pass the 11 here, then you're good. You'd have to be shooting like crazy bad to not get good, because you just want to kill it on the bottom rail.
Right. I think it's far out enough, though. You can reverse that ball and bank it and still have a shot, or at least leave Lou easily down table, even if he does get the cue ball up into that corner area.
And this is what it looks like. He's just going to dig at it, slide down past the 11 ball to the end rail. I think that's a pretty standard shot.
There he is, yeah.
Pretty
But it's gonna
standard
bounce
shot.
up a lot, I'm telling you.
And you're absolutely correct.
Tried to tell you.
But now does John
Okay.
bank this ball because the cue ball goes in the stack and starts moving balls
No,
to
you
the
can
side of the
draw
table?
this out and drift it out behind the 11 and protect it at the right speed. You can hold that cue ball.
I like the jump.
He could also
Jump
go
bank.
forward. No, he could also go forward and nestle up against the 10 ball, like possibly from the angle I see.
He's banking this no matter what. He doesn't
He's
care.
banking it. Doesn't matter. He's banking it. He might draw it. You don't want to do it too hard to double it. You have to play at the right speed because there's no balls are pointing. There's no dead combos.
So he's
See,
got the
just
draw
like
it
that.
back, and he
banked
gets
it,
there.
Drew it back, and now it's John's turn to take control of this table. He's examining the rack, see what he can come out for. And the thing with the 13-5, the 8-1, not even close to the pocket, I don't think, from this angle.
No.
So
But
he's
he's
going to
looking.
have to
He's looking.
he's
He's
gonna
got-
try to find something. 8-1's close, actually. 8-1's close, but it doesn't go. It's close, but it doesn't go. And never shoot a ball that almost
Goes.
Okay. So let's see John come around the pack here. He might just want to get behind there and push something over with the 2, freeze against the 14-10 area.
The
He's going
thing
to have
is
to play
that
conservative
you're
here.
right. I mean, even this draw shot he's going to shoot, it's going to be conservative draw shot. If he decides to go 2-ton it and go all the way
He
back,
tries to
then
go back for that 15, 2 rail to 15. That's going to danger.
you see
And
that,
you
and it's
see the
exactly what he
pockets.
did.
The
That's exactly
unforgiving
what he did.
pockets is going to make it not possible. Well, he got on the 15 nicely, but again, straight cut pockets. They spit the balls out. They hold up. They don't suck them in. Now, 2 ball trays were requested to keep on the sides, on the respective sides of the table.
Little gamesmanship,
Yep.
I think.
That's all, exactly. Tactics. Let's see. I know John, admittedly, says he was going to try a little mental game
Get in his
on
head.
Lou, and so far, Lou expected it, and he said that's not going to happen.
That's not going to
He's
happen.
not going to allow that.
Well, back to it. John shot that shot exactly like I thought he would. I thought he'd get too aggressive instead of just playing it in and taking his lumps, 2-railing the 15. He tried to go behind the 15 and play position for it rather than playing for a 2-railer on the 15 to get it to his hole. And he missed the ball, and Lou is actually on a ball. Free shot. If he can get the cue ball behind the stack, and maybe he can't, maybe he doesn't have the angle, but I thought he did. As long as he misses the side pocket, high of the side
Yeah,
pocket, and
that's
crawl forward, should be a free shot for him.
I'd like to keep him behind that 8-1.
He may overcut it on purpose just to make sure he's out of the side
Well,
pocket.
absolutely.
Oh, he didn't have the shot at all. So,
No, he was trying to hold that 8-1, but he gave up that 11.
and John's going to be shooting at his hole no matter what it looks like.
Um,
Even if he has no hole to shoot at, he's going to shoot at it and plow at it.
I don't think so. I think
Creative
he's
one
gonna slow it down
pocket.
a little bit. He's thinking a little bit longer to see what's going to go on. He can bank that 12 across rather, but that 15 is uncontrollable. He's going to lose control of that 5 ball rather. Excuse me. Let's bank the 10, hold the cue ball. I don't
This
like
is
that.
no
He's
good.
getting down 1 stroke in the ball. That's not helping him at all here. He
No.
need to get that cue ball on the 14 if he just wanted to play safe. I don't know if he was trying to bank the 10 into the pack and splash it over.
Yeah, because I don't know if this ball goes.
Nah, this is a tough. It
Close.
can be made. It's tough to escape the double kiss on this one. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
This is a tough escape. You might just want to play it close to his
Oh
hole.
no, this goes.
No, it goes.
We got a better angle. It goes by a mile.
We can see now. There it goes. It's a standard bank. There it is. Banked it clean. Table stayed true. Good speed. Cue ball just off the rail. And that's one thing I actually asked Big John K, when he was building the table, putting it together here. I wanted it to be an appropriate speed for one pocket for most
Sure.
shots to be able to be executed and still hold the cue ball. Did not want super bouncy rails or anything like that, so it might be not as fast pace of a table as many are used to with rotation games and tournament play, but this was specifically set up for this match right here. So also with the TV lights above, it does heat up the bed of the table and
Sure.
the rails. After a few hours now, it's going to be a little bit more springy, so it's going to be the normal
Right.
speed of a table or off the rails.
Well, I think the ball.
John's going a little wild here with another
splasher.
splash.
I mean,
He tried, and
the table is playing excellent because even just showing that John's earlier shot where he missed, it should punish someone from flying one in there and it doesn't go center cut.
right.
But it shouldn't be so tight that this ends up being some craziness. John is getting some loving and coaching from his
From
wife,
his wife
Karen.
there, yep. She's here to support him, and Lou Figueroa has quite a crew on the side over there rooting him on. And
He's got a few people. His,
I know
his
Lou's
wife,
got a
I
few
thought, was gonna
haters
make
out
it,
there,
but
and John's got a few haters out there, but all the John haters came to show, and they're more local.
Right.
I don't know if John is still resided in the U.S., if he had any more fans and supporters that could have been here for him.
Right. John currently lives in Xiamen in China, where he makes his JB cases.
Mhm.
Lou's in St. Louis by way of San Francisco, I believe. That's
Shot
no
on
good.
a 5.
Oh, it
that
did
was
go.
close. That was close. No, it did go.
It
I didn't
did
think
go.
the way he hit it, if it was going to go.
Well, I thought the cue ball was going to die somewhere else too, but I got sharked by the angle that I'm sitting at,
Yep.
looking at the table.
Yeah, we're caddy cornered to the bottom right-hand corner. As you are looking at the screen right now, we're in a similar position. So it's tough to see the angles there. So sorry if we miscall a lot of shots.
So it looks like he cannot get on the one ball. He'd like to, but I don't think he can. So played up table, and he's playing
He's
for the
got a
combination,
14.
so he's good. So all he has to do is keep on protecting the 8 ball, protect
all
from
right.
giving the 8 ball.
And there's plenty of room. He's got half a diamond to protect with.
Yeah.
So the 8 ball's half a diamond away from that corner pocket. He's got plenty of play.
I expect him to make this one. Simple combination. Yep.
Mhm.
And he's got I'm getting hooked on the angle here. It looked like he can get below it, but looks like he'd have to spin slight inside, and he'd be in play for the 8 ball. So it looks like he'll just take the smarter shot and just play the 4 ball and come across and get behind the stack.
I don't know how that 13
13.
looks. It could be wired. The 210 are helping it. If it's on the 10 more, it's better.
Lou is a 100 ball straight pull runner, so,
so he knows
he's
straight
going to
pull.
know whether or not this ball goes before most people.
Look, you see the wobble in his head. He said, it's close. It could go.
Right.
Those are the thoughts going through his head. He said, do I really want to chance it now? Do I want to push the 10 over, come up and protect the 8? Or he can just shoot the 8 and a long 3-railer right here. Stick the cue ball right there with the 1 ball protecting him and send the 8 the long 3 to his pocket.
Yeah, Lou was free to dance those balls in without even having to worry about protecting the pocket, and he shot it bad.
I don't know what that was.
He shot it bad. That was
Yeah,
awful.
he's smiling. He's disappointed himself there. He left John a nice shot here.
That's his first nervous shot because it wasn't like a tough reach for him.
Yeah, so Lou's got a total of 5 balls now, I believe.
John's going to go in the
John's got
rack. He doesn't
one.
care.
Yeah, he's coming off the rack.
Oh, perfect
Came off
position.
nicely for that 1 ball. He's got a good shot on the 10. Let's see if that 6 ball goes or 15 goes.
And you notice the difference here. Lou was spending some time making sure he's getting the right side of the balls and everything.
Right.
And
He's a little bit more precautious than John, obviously.
John's just going to just
But
smash
John's
balls.
learning his lesson. He's slowing down now. I still see him getting down on the ball, 1 stroke in it real quick.
Right.
I don't know if that's his typical
It is.
rhythm and pattern.
It's his typical
Okay.
pattern. Yeah. But I do have to say that something you
So
said
now
earlier.
here I've seen him do 2 or 3 shots here on those strokes, but I think that's just when he's trying to get speed,
Right.
momentum on the shot.
And he's
missed
gone.
the pack
He's gone
right
way
there.
up table, and now
He
he's
might
shooting. He's
have,
going to be dead on the rail up table, but he's shooting anyway.
Yeah, it's okay. He has a lot of room to play with on the short rail. He can just kiss it to.
He's not. He's
move the
shooting.
3
He's
to
shooting
know
his
What
ball.
is he doing?
He's shooting his ball. Oh, that's a good shot. He didn't kiss the 2. He just shot, but he's
He
going to
just
leave
shot away.
another
He's
bank.
gonna leave a bank for Lou.
This is too free of a bank, and he's got the angle where the cue ball is going to naturally, I believe, go behind the stack.
But fortunate for John right here, those balls don't work for Lou's pocket. They do work for John's pocket. They're pointing there. The 15's free. I don't know if that 9-6 can get a kiss to get the 6 towards it.
You have the best angle on it. That 15-3 isn't a straight combination?
No. 9
Okay.
ball's blocking.
Okay.
9 ball interrupts that.
But once again, this is a free bank for Lou. That cue ball is naturally going to be behind this the 4-ball stack. And he didn't do it.
Yeah. He wanted to come behind it too. Hit that little light, thick and light.
Lou is up 5-4 in the ball count, so I don't see why he would take balls that were not going into play. You know, John's got to make 4, Lou's got to make 3. Normally, you want to keep the fewest amount of balls in play if you're ahead.
Right. Keep
That
them
way,
away from your
they
opponent's
can't
pocket. Keep them on the
score,
defense.
or he's got to make at least another shot just to break out the balls. John promised an up-table wedge game. I don't see it happening because he's got
No.
a 3-rail something or cut this something or bank something.
Not as
2-rail. This is going into the
Choose
wrong
a
pocket.
3-railer, yeah.
This is loose pocket. And Lou's up 5-4 in this. He's got a free 1, and really all he has to do is get on one of these balls because now the 6-3 might go. The 9 ball is clear.
Now, when I was speaking to each of these players privately earlier, I mentioned to the other that, your opponent mentioned that you are the better player out of the two, but they're trying to step up, and they actually gave credit to the opposite player. So when I mentioned it to Lou, he goes, I don't know about that. And when I mentioned it to John, he goes, no, I think Lou's got it, but I don't mind trying to step up to the game, which I have to give them both credit for.
Sure.
They're stepping it up here. They're not professional players. They're just stepping it up, betting it up, and trying to end it. So
Yeah, and to that
much
point, I
credit
know a
to
lot of the
those
guys
guys.
on the internet think that, hey, Lou's not betting all of his money. But guess what? If somebody backed me for 10,000, I would
think-
have already fainted.
I think I'm more nervous with other people's money than when I
Sure.
bet my own. I'd rather bet my own. It's mine. I mess up. It's my fault. Lou being a little bit more conservative still, holding on. He has that lead. He's up 6. He needs 2.
Well, that's the right play, right? The standard play.
Absolutely. Just
You're
pick
up
away
6-4.
and settle.
Get balls in your side of the table. Have the cue ball down here and make sure that he doesn't have a clean shot. John's going
Right.
the 2-railer that has to go through another pocket. It's going to
It
be
was well
there.
struck,
Well
I'll tell
struck.
you that. Very well struck, and it's lined up to the pocket. This is a double kiss here.
That's right. The standard look
Excuse
is
me.
if you can't make the cue ball past the object ball, then the kiss is on.
That's correct. So let's see what Lou knows here. If he's going to hit it low outside to avoid it and just get it over to his pocket and go down table, or if he's going to overcut it with inside and go down table, staying on John's same side of the table.
I think that's what he's going to do because he's too jacked up to try to control that outside spin. I think he's just playing the cue ball all the way and just get it over the side of the table. Because at this stage, at 6-4, it would be disastrous for him to double kiss that and leave that 3-ball right there. Kicks it
Just a
out,
kick
so
and
just
leaves it.
very conservative. That's ultra conservative, but probably the right play.
Let's see if John plays this 9 ball and turns the 9 ball and puts the cue ball on the bottom rail. I think that's the shot here. 2 balls a tester, it'll just be bait, if anything. If he tries to play the 2-railer on a 2, it's in a tough position. Yeah.
Oh,
Like I said, 2 balls too tough.
he got
Turn her
away
9
with
ball
it.
back and
That
just go back
2-ball
and
was coming
forth with the
right
cue
down
ball.
the rail.
It is too touchy, too tight. He played it tight in the corner as you have to, but there wasn't enough room to play with from that angle. Lou's going to cross bank the 3, just get it over to his side.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Okay,
Cue ball
or 2
down
rails
there.
out.
That's the
Cue ball
shot I
there.
thought he'd shoot. He's gone into conservative mode, in the lead mode. He's not going to fire at his hole if that cue ball can go anywhere bad.
Exactly.
John is going to fire this 9-ball back, but the 3-ball is wide open for Lou.
Nice bank on the 9 ball. It's going to be close. It hangs out. Notice how sharp those points are on the pocket. Hit the long rail, caught the 2 points, and out away from the pocket. They did not lean in whatsoever.
9-ball's close enough to the corner pocket that Lou is probably going to take this out. There's no place in the cue on the table that John couldn't make the 9-ball unless it's behind the 15-ball.
Yeah, I think he's just going to kick the 9
Just
out to the
kick
long
it out.
rail and keep
Alright.
the cue ball right there where the 9 is.
I mean, that's one of the strategies of this game, so you can keep your opponent from being aggressive to his hole and always
Keep
being
him
defensive.
shooting out of it.
Because 6-4 isn't. John's not too far behind it here.
Right. If you can get on the right side of the balls. Oh, wait. Okay, he got away with it. hit that a lot thinner
A lot
than
thinner.
I wanted to. Okay, John's trying to find a 2-railer here. Careful, those are too far out of 2-rail range. Those are 3-railers.
John's
only
always
thing,
always
let's
looking
see.
at his hole, always looking to fire
Not gonna
something at his
fire.
hole.
Not going to fire. The only thing he can, there's no safe here. There's no safe shot here. There's no free shot, let's put it that way. You can try playing a 3-rail on a 9, shooting it right into the rail where it is and coming around, but the 2 balls blocking
two balls
that,
in
that
the
doesn't
way.
exist. You can turn the 6 ball back, completely lose the cue ball.
Lose the cue ball off the
There's
15.
no
Just-
safe shot here whatsoever, looking at the monitor here as you guys see it at home. I mean, you just have to play the safe here, even maybe shoot the 15 down table and let the cue ball roll up behind the 3 if you have that angle. If not, stick the 6.
No, he's going for a
And he's
shot.
trying to come up with something, and that's
And
going to
guess where the
cost him. Here it
15's
is.
going?
You can't make something happen that's not there.
Game 2 is going
Efren
to...
can, you can't.
You can't. That's right. Game 2
He's
here
creative
is,
and he's invented that, but
is-
that was
is
just
going to
hoping.
Lou.
That was poking and hoping that something would kiss this way. But of course, if you're hoping, it's not going to happen.
Right. As long as the cue ball misses the side pocket, he should be on the 3 ball. Oh, he's got a little more angle than I thought. But as long as he misses
Oh,
the
yeah,
side
he's going
pocket,
to come under the 3. You've
perfect.
got it. Yep. He had a nice angle on that there. Just had to roll it in. And notice that, again, a straight pool player. So
Right. Now, normally,
yeah.
if you
Actually, Lou mentioned I declared him a straight pool player just now, but he's mentioned to me that he's only been playing 1 pocket really as of late. So he hasn't been playing a lot of straight pool or anything, and that's rack number 2.
Sure. Right.
That puts Lou Figueroa up 2 racks
2-0.
nothing
Yep.
in this race to 9, and it's now Lou's break. So
Lose break,
he
so
won
you
his
know, it's gonna be
rack
an
and he
advantage.
won John's
John's
rack.
rack.
Excuse me one moment. I'll be right back.
Lou Figueroa is going to break the 3rd game. He's up 2-0. John has been aggressive as we thought. Lou has played, Lou's played a little bit of aggressive also. John went for a ball almost every time he was at the table, which really isn't going to get him there unless he makes every ball. If he makes half the balls, he might get there. But if they're not going in, he's leaving entirely too free a type of shot for Lou. Lou has made almost every banky shot, including the double up and back bank in the first game. It's now 2-0 in a race to 9. Lou Figueroa is up in this internet grudge match, 2-man tournament challenge match. Lou broke from the right side as we view it, choosing the left lower pocket. And he's going to re-rack. A lot of times people will rack the first 2 balls as all solid balls. Lou has got 2 stripes there on the side that he's going to break on. I guess he doesn't care. We were just talking, Eddie and I were about whether or not Lou is a straight pool player. He really is a straight pool player. I remember when Lou was, I've known Lou for 10 years or more, and he was still learning the game, but as a straight pool player, 100-ball runner straight pool player, he certainly has the cue ball control and the caroms and the small combinations, a small table, half table type of game that lends nicely to 1 pocket. He can bank slow. And he's patient. Game number 3, Lou Figueroa breaking. He's up 2-0. John Barton has yet to find a first game. He's fired in some balls, fired at balls, and sold out the last game. He broke him a little too hard last time. Let's see if he remembers this. I can see that's already slower. Much better break. John can see the 2 ball. Ideally, you want to have that cue ball left underneath the 3 ball. John will just fire those balls out. John's got to think a little bit more. Crawling that one forward would have been so much nicer than just leaving it right there. That was a 1. He got 1 thing out of that. The cue ball was out of the way. He really didn't move the ball to his side of the table. I guess he thought so. That ball didn't have to go in the pocket. That's usually aliens. Must be. It's not mine, and it's not Eddie's. Yep. Okay, Lou Figueroa. He's the left side of the table is his. The 3 ball doesn't go. It almost looks like it does, but he wouldn't shoot that ball. 2 rails in the 15, I think. Cue ball sitting on the by the stack or by the 4 ball might be the right shot. See if he hits this that hard. 2 rails toward his pocket. Cue ball trying to get behind the stack. No, just playing the cue ball all the way. You know, John's going to fire something. Fire the 13 out cue ball on the end rail. I knew he was going to shoot that because he shot that type of shot before. It doesn't play him anything. It actually made 2 balls that were in motion went to Lou's side of the table. He was playing cue ball only. Looks like Lou's just going to bunt it up. There's nothing to go here. Keep it on his side of the table. Good shot. That's a nice position for the cue ball. Once again, Johnson's going to step up there and fire away with every ball sitting on the loose side of the table. Look how many balls are over there. And they're all open. John can't afford to give him any shot here because Lou's going to make 4 or 5. That's another weak shot because that ball is not on his side of the table, so that doesn't really help John out at all. But he's playing cue ball, and then you start getting the feeling that John's in the I'm not going to give it all up mode as opposed to trying to get the aggressive way. He's going to be somewhere in between. Good position for the cue ball, though, as Lou's going to have to be jacked up if he shoots one way. And is stuffed on top of ball shooting the other way. Maybe rub off one of these balls and come right back in the stack. John is talking to his wife, trying to get conversation and maybe some expert advice. Yeah, here's Lou jacked up on all the balls. And this is a tough shot. And if you're not used to shooting this kind of shot, forget about it. He's going to give up a ball here. For those of you new to One Pocket, if all the balls are still on the table and you owe one, you put a penny on the table. I'm not sure why we use pennies anymore because you can't see them on some of these rails, but I think dimes would be better. Not a great shot by Lou because John can start getting balls out. He can get at least one of these balls, if not 2 of these balls that are on Lou's side of the table out. I think Lou was trying to clip that ball and come. I mean, it didn't seem like he was hitting it hard enough. John's going to splash out here. Trying to fire 2 balls out, sweep 2 out. And he got 2 out. Very nicely done. 2-ball bank. Free for Lou, I suppose. I don't think he's free to make it, but free certainly to get it on his side of the table. It's tough to twist this one and keep the cue ball hidden behind the pack. So he probably, if it were me, I would be banking this one short and having the cue ball on the rail. He can go aggressive and try to make it, but the cue ball will be out in the open. And as I said, he banked it short. Cue ball's still out in the open, but at least the 2 ball is relatively safe on his side of the table. I expect John to bank the 10 ball into the 7, maybe into the pack, and have the cue ball die. He's got to watch it for the scratch. Close. He tried to scratch. I don't know if Lou can twist this one back, but if he can, it's fairly free if he can just get it behind the stack. But I don't know if he can actually shoot towards this hole on this one. He's got the funny angle. Some tables don't allow you to do this. Maybe the Brunswick cushions can. Twist bank. Cue ball behind the stack. The diamond tables, the bank a little bit straighter out. And that did straight out. Unfortunately for Lou, he didn't get it behind the stack, and John will take this 2 out. 2 rail it out, I think. Cue ball die on the end rail. He'll probably smash him hard. just because he likes to see the motion. Oh, he's banking. He can bank this ball. Wow, really, John? Oh, well, he made it. I guess there was, the way he shot, there was nothing wrong with it. But it looked like he was winding up. Every time he gets to the table, it looks like he's winding up. We're at Sandcastle Billiards in Edison, New Jersey. Crowd is forming, seeing the grudge match. John needs to just bank this into the stack, because if he tries to bank to his hole, he might leave up something. But he made it. So I guess it doesn't matter if he leaves anything, because he's making it. Lou would have been playing a combination to his hole and protecting, but Lou's not up. Lou owes one, and John's on a run of 2. Ball count 2. Lou Figueroa is up 2-0 in a race to 9. This is a tightened up Gold Crown 3. Little flatter rails, parallel, closer to parallel rails, 4.5 inch. Very deep shelf, the way that 4.5 inch nearly parallel. It's not parallel, but this table's not easy by any means. Still fairly new. Table lights make it easier to accept balls. The pockets are acceptive. Let's see where John's game is right here, because if he doesn't make this ball, which is a straight in shot, draw straight back. Yeah, see, he pounded at it, and he scratched. And he scratched. He was fortunate that that 10 ball went all the way up table, because Lou can't shoot those balls. But Lou's got a 9, so he can at least make 1. He's got a 6. But the first shot by Lou will be a long one. He's got ball in hand in the kitchen. As some would say, in balk. John has given the gag symbol that he feels like he's choking. But Lou's got even a more difficult shot, but Lou is in the lead. He's shooting in the lead. And Lou missed it by a mile. I mean, he missed it like I would have missed it. And John's got the smirk on his side. I'm sure the internet is saying, wow. John's got to get behind the 5 ball here, because the balls are open. He's trying to twist it. That's a typical John Barton stroke. I don't mean to laugh at John, but I've played him enough times and been around him enough times to know what a stroke looks like. That was the flying right elbow. He was stretched out. He was kind of belly hooked there, trying to reach that shot. But he says his heart is going. He's feeling it. And I think as John goes forward, he wants to make sure that both of them feel it. Lou dogged an easy ball in hand from the kitchen. And if John had gotten out or made a run of balls, I think that was what John is looking for, to get Lou's heart pumping through his brain. Lou goes for a great takeout combination. Well, that's not a takeout. He pocketed a ball for Johnson. John's on 2. He should grab his ball before he forgets it. He's not on 2 fouls. He has 2 balls. John should take his ball before he forgets it. We got Eddie coming back here. We had a nice string of shots there, where both the missed straight in shots. And John really he had a wide open rack, but a little bit of a stretch and missed it and hung the ball. But if John could have made that, I think that's what he's looking for, to get on Lou's, the temperature up. But he didn't get there, and kind of let Lou off the hook a bit. Lou pocketed John's hanging ball, and now here John's thinking, what am I doing? John is up 2 to -1 on balls on here, and I'm thinking that he should be playing a little bit more conservative, because there isn't a good shot here.
All right, well, I thank you very much for covering for me once again, Freddie. Had to handle a few things out in the room.
No problem.
And just trying to get rid of any outside interference in this match, where I may change the mood or mental state of the players here. So just trying to diffuse anything as before. So the request was made. I have to comply, whether I agree or not. I have a player who is being physically threatened or so forth, and intimidated, The man is here to play a $10,000 match that's been planned, and
I think
some
you're,
people want their own platform and show, so he can pay for his when he gets here.
yeah, I
No,
think you've done the right thing, and I think
You know, I've asked kindly several times, and I'll give him a few minutes to cool down, and he must leave the premises. If even he's sitting quietly now, it was the same person that had confronted John earlier,
Right.
so can't have that.
So we see the problem with the shot that John had just made on Lou. Lou was able to almost free bank a ball to his pocket, but actually Lou gave something to John, but you know, John would be a fool to try to play that combination. But
No, at least he played a smart
at least
safe
a smart
there, stopped the
safe.
cue ball.
a smart safe, and he tucked the cue ball, nice little 9-ball type of safety, so Lou can't take out those balls and can't really go for his ball. And Lou's forced to rub off whatever ball he's on here and try to get the cue ball on his side of the table, which would be below the, is this the 12 ball? 13, 12, right near the 7. Because the 13 is in play for John, the 11 ball's in play for John, so there's no really good spot here unless Lou's going to take another intentional, which I don't think he needs to. It's a good spot. John played a good safety here. Obviously, Lou's already thought about it longer than most of his shots, and because now he's on this side of the table where he's got to think about this shot. It's the rub off of the ball that's hand going 2 rails to the 13, I think. He's jacking up. No, he's going slow. Is he going behind the 6 ball?
He needs to be behind the 6, but not enough.
Not enough.
No.
But that's that's the old school blood tester one where you leave it long and straight and say, see you shoot for the cash type of thing.
Now, knowing
Professionals.
John and seeing this 4.5-inch pocket here, he may go ahead and fire at it, but
Yeah.
it's definitely the wrong shot to do here.
He's missed a
Unless
couple
he has
already.
a dead combo.
Right. He's missed a couple
He's
already.
down 2-0 in this race. And,
Right.
To keep the advantage here, Figueroa took an intentional at -1 now. You got to really keep that pressure on and keep him in the negatives and fighting back for that extra 1 ball is huge right now.
Yeah, that wasn't intentional. He did get a hit on that. He was already at -1. Just to,
No, not this one here. I mean,
the previous, right?
previous one.
Yeah.
All right, so that wasn't too bad. All right. He's trying to get him frozen on that 12 ball. 11 ball could have been placed a little bit better, but still not a lot of room to work with here. And he can't let that cue ball get away from him. Might just have to roll up and just nudge and settle in there.
Yeah, that's probably the problem with the 11 ball is that the cue ball can get away from you if you try too hard to get the 11 ball out of play. I think he must have had a lot better than that.
Just get it away from the pocket a little bit, give it some space. And
John is
settle.
he's jumping up there to get the bank going. He doesn't
it's
care.
not there.
Does the 13
It's
go?
a tight ball. It's a tight. The 12 ball.
Oh, 13 doesn't go.
not
Okay, so he was banking to get on his side of the table. He seemed like he ran up there like he had a shot.
So is that the 13 or 12? I'm sorry.
12, I guess it is. They look all the same to me. The tournament or the main table setup here at Sandcastle Billiards is as good as you'll see anywhere, and you have the television setup here. I mean, this is an exquisite place to have these type of matches or any kind of finals anyway if you want to stream them.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm just blessed and fortunate enough to be housing the leaders and only ones to be watching on any professional stream that have been leading it for the last 30 years. You know, U.S. Open, Derby City Classic, Turning Stone events, all the biggest tournaments have been brought to you live by Accusat's Video Productions, and I'm just very honored to have them here. And not exactly at my disposal, but they've been gracious enough, and we try to take care of each other as much as possible to get things going and just present the most possible pool for you.
You know, I met Lou Figueroa about 10 years ago, a little over 10 years ago, and he definitely credited the Accustats tapes for the one pocket, for him learning how to play one pocket. It's not easy to go around the country trying to find the one pocket matches unless you go to the Derby City Classic. And
Right, where it's so big there. That was a decent shot. He pushed some balls over, cleared them out, and kept the cue ball on the correct side of the 7 ball.
Now this was Lou's break, but all the balls at this point are to John's pocket, except for those 2 balls that kind of. Well, actually, if you took a look at the 2 balls that are up table, they actually go to John's pocket. That's almost a wired combination. It is a wired combination, throwing the right side. So the good news on that is that if Lou was to get a big run, he'd have to really start working those
I don't
balls.
know what
to throw.
John's trying to. Okay. I was going to go something crazy. You never know. I don't even know. I'm scared to say anything here
Yeah,
because knowing John, it is tough to see what he's really thinking there.
Well, as we watch his game, we'll see exactly what he's looking for, because he's shot the same type of shots a couple times now, where he's looked up table, shot a ball, and let the cue ball dance down the rail, but he gets close to scratching. Lose on defense here, trying to get balls out, but this is the type of rack where John's bound to make one of these that he flies to. Where is he going with this? Cue ball's going up table. He's trying to get it behind those two balls. What's good speed, good cue ball control, trying to get behind the two balls to block Lou from running those three balls that are near his pocket.
Mm-hmm. For those watching that are not familiar with the terms that have been agreed upon by the gentlemen, they just started at 4 p.m. today. This is a race to 9. Each man has put up $10,000. $3,000 was previously posted, and $7,000 completed with me here today.
That's no good.
They're going to play no more than 8 hours or so, around 8 hours of play, so it's scheduled till midnight. I'm assuming they're going to finish out the rack that they're in the middle of at that time, or not begin another rack if it's close to that time.
Right.
And we'll resume the stream and the match tomorrow. 1 p.m., the ladies will open up once again, as they did today, but two different ladies. We had Dawn Fox and Jennifer Breda now sharing a glass of wine together over there on the sidelines, ringside here, watching this match, smiling and enjoying the match. Tomorrow, if it goes to tomorrow, it will be Sandra Stevens taking on Barana Andoni. And they will play a race to 7 and 10 ball to start things off, mixing it up a little bit here, ladies and men, 10 ball in one pocket. Now, Lou left.
I was going to say that was an interesting shot, because he could have shot at the 8 ball and gone forward, but the cue ball apparently was too straight to the 8 that he couldn't protect it from the other, so he decided on the safer shot.
He left John a decent shot here.
He can make the 6 ball, but I think he's missed a few shots enough. But
And you just want to bring this 14 ball back to a better shot here and bring the cue ball behind that 11. He failed execution on the cue ball, but I think he has half the ball. He's going to be okay. No, it's clear. I'm sorry. I'm not looking at the camera angle.
I'm looking at the right angle.
Yep, you got the better angle that time.
But I like the shot.
So
I like
nice
the
easy
shot.
roll up behind the 14. Actually, real soft and easy. Just make sure I get a rail just like that.
Just like
exactly. Keep that 14 as the blocker ball. Perfect. I'm going to missile up even a little bit more than that, but
I'm just not sure that John would even consider a shot like that. And if this goes behind the 8 again, he's going to be in trouble.
he's doing the right thing. He's getting more conservative, patient, and his distraction on ringside was now eliminated. So his mind can now a little bit be more at ease and focus on the game as opposed to protecting himself from any kind of threats. So let's see if his mental game comes into focus now.
Lou was going to try to bomb that ball out, but it must have double kissed because it didn't. There's no way he drew that ball straight out. I think it must have double kissed because the cue ball went straight back. I think he was trying to just kill it there and the 2 ball come out and bomb into the 4 balls there. Because that would have been a funky safety play. It's fortunate that John isn't able to see anything in his hole. Looks like John wants to jack up, bank the 8 ball towards his hole. Cue ball maybe die on the end rail or right on the side rail. If he kills it on the side rail, there's at least a bank back.
He's doing the right thing. Just
Good
send the
shot.
ball up, cue ball bottom rail behind the cluster. You've always got to use that wall of protection there. Always stay on the opposite side of the clusters.
We've gotten into an interesting situation where he's moved so many balls by his pocket. They're all in the same place that none of them actually go. The 6-11, I suppose, goes on a combination, but nothing is easy. Loose firing. Because none of those balls
nothing goes. So it's a wall against John himself also.
Exactly.
And he's took his time, had that banked perfectly. Very nice shot
Very nicely
there.
done.
Lou is definitely executing his knowledge of banks here today.
Right. And once
Cross
again,
corner, not an easy bank.
And let's take a look at this again. Those 6 balls don't go. They simply don't go, and therefore it was free for him to shoot that shot because he's not giving up a big run. I don't know if John realizes how big that is because those balls really didn't go great previously before putting that 8 ball in there.
Can he tuck behind the 1 ball here?
Looks like it's another free bank to his hole.
He's banking it, but is the one holding him. Okay.
Kicking that ball out. Good shot.
I didn't know if he had enough room to bank the 4 and hook behind the
behind
one.
the one.
Yeah. No.
John's
Again, I've got to start looking at the monitor as
I
opposed
know
to
it.
my angle at the table here.
No, it's tough. People have no idea. I'm 4 feet away from the table. I'm staring at a monitor.
Yeah. Okay, now
You know, and the
let's
subtleties
see
of
if
this
John
game.
has any kicks here.
He's
or
he's
if
12.
gonna-
He's 12, 11 feet away from a shot to try to kick a ball out behind it. I think he's going behind it.
Yep, he's going to come to the short rail.
Front
That's
with
right.
barrel.
Nice. Stuck the cue ball
Nice-
well.
nice
This is
kick and
not an
stick.
easy bank here. I don't know if Lou has enough of a back angle to get out of the way, or if he has enough rail to bank the 7 off of to his hole. I mean, he's going to go to his hole, but I think I don't know if he can play it.
He's shot the similar bank already, and it did come up short, so I'm sure he knows it comes up short. Awfully tough to twist this and still hit
Yeah.
the rail.
Right.
You
There's
know.
there's not enough rail there.
And he can't get behind the stack, I don't think, from this position. So
The 7 ball is a neutral ball. I don't know if he's looking at a 2 rail or on the 1, and if he can hold the cue ball down table, up table
Up
by the
table.
15. Maybe the 10. The 10 might be a possible bank, and he can definitely stick the cue ball
and
down
this
there.
is relatively safe too. Again, we're talking
Mhm.
once again these 5 balls that are sitting there don't go.
And he did give.
He got
Well, he got right behind him, which is good. He might have the 8 ball, though.
John thinks he has the 8 ball. I mean, he's
Yeah,
firing
he's-
at it.
yeah, he's going
already
at
got the half smile on it.
He's already got his pivot. He's regrouping. Here's Stan Shuffett's training at work right here.
That's right. If he doesn't
Center
clip,
the edge. Pocketed the ball. Did he hold it for a bank on the 10? He's going to
firing.
bank the
He's
10.
gonna
Can he
bank
get
the 10.
behind the 11? Is my question. Can he roll up, float up, and lean against the side of the 11? You can't get behind it, I don't think. But no,
He's not even banked into his
not
hole.
even. I don't like that. That's giving Lou a shot at that 7 ball. He's not protecting the 7 ball at all there.
Right. This ball's going towards
This ball's
his
away.
hole.
Say goodbye to the 7. It can be played, I believe. It's going to be tight, but it can be played to the hole. And he can also float
He
up by
can
that
float-
10 ball.
He can float behind those. I think for sure he's floating back there. I think he chunked that a little bit, but the ball went. No, it didn't go. Oh, I thought that was a good shot. John likes to kick behind
Yeah,
these,
as I
and
said, here he
I
goes for the
tell
kick.
you, this
Is he trying to play this ball?
This
He's gonna
is
send it over.
always a dangerous shot.
No, but it's good speed. He hit it with the right speed,
it
so
with the
he's
right
safe.
speed.
Very nice. Nicely done there. Thank you once again to John for coming out this morning and fine-tuning the table. I mean, it looks like it's rolling nice and clean. Unless everything's just drifting away from the pockets.
I don't think it is. From here, those couple of those banks look like they're supposed to come up short, and they did come up short. Is he trying to stiff this one?
I think, yeah, he's just going to hit 7 ball, 3 rails up. No, he shortened it up
Yeah.
back over. I'm surprised he did that.
You know,
Did he get enough away? Did he get away with it?
not to tell Lou, but he doesn't need to hit
Yeah.
that one hard because it's so close to the cushion that
Right.
no forward roll is going to happen to it. So it's going to come up as about as stiff as it can because just because it's so close. I'm sure he knows that, but a lot of people go that bank because we've all banked that one faster, harder,
Mm. And
and
I don't like
oh
that
yeah,
at all.
yeah,
Oh, look at this.
yeah.
Yeah, he's shaking his head. He's talking to himself after that one. There's a lot of things you could have done there. Thin the 7, get it closer, go behind the 11, down table, whatever, up table, excuse me. He's saying down, just send
I
it
know,
down
because
there.
we're-
Just send it down
Because
there.
we're on the wrong side of the table. I mean, I'm
Well,
not
we're
sure what
sitting
he's thinking here.
Barton's got 3 balls this rack, but he's down 2 games. This is a race to 9. Each man has put up $10,000. That was all verified online on the air earlier.
Pretty good bank
And
there.
it's a good
John's
lead,
got to
but
use
came out a bit.
a shot to kick it out of there.
I
Tough to
think
kick
it's
it on
just
the right side.
this is tough. It's tight work, and there's a lot of scratch possibilities here. He's looking for the bridge. And I would just roll up and tuck behind it on this one. I'm not
I
trying
think
anything
so.
special.
I
Just roll
think
up and
so.
stay there, guarantee. Even if you want to go rail first on it. Okay, he had more
Well,
room than I thought.
he had a lot more room.
Okay, he had more room to play with than I thought.
I've been shooting with an extension full time on my cue.
Yeah.
I've had several of them laying around for a while, and then
Mhm.
once I saw Earl do it,
Yep.
I mean, his thing, so
Right.
the way his
javelin.
setup is so long, and then and then I think Shane has put on the extension full time as well, but I thought the same thing, that, I'm a short guy, and I think it helps.
It helps, yeah. I actually had one of my local guys here make me a little 4 or 5 inch extension to just screw into the back of my cue, right into the butt there, and then just take off the rubber stopper and screw it right in as a little extra extension. I had kept that on for a while.
Yeah.
And it was a little heavier and all. It was custom made, but threw the weight off a little bit. Balance was still okay. But it definitely helps. I've since then adjusted and taken it back off, just because over a long duration of time it does weigh on you.
It does weigh on you, literally.
Amazing what a half an ounce or an ounce can do. We're so fine-tuned in that. Well, here he is. Let's see what he does with his 5-ball.
Well, he's got to be playing the cue ball all the way if he's going to be shooting this 5-ball.
Oh, yeah, he's just sending the 5 out. He might be trying to hit it to thin the 11 over and the 5-ball go back up table and just stick the cue ball on the 15. If he goes behind the 11, he runs risk of it catching the backside of the 11 straight into the loose hole.
The pocket.
Yep. So he's got to take a good look at this one before he does that.
He also, John doesn't seem like he's playing the score either. He's up three balls.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's got to be ultra conservative right now. Keep that pressure on. Push the balls over to his pocket.
Right.
Looking at that 15, just to break up those balls. That wouldn't be bad if he can, but he can't hold it, and it doesn't pass by the 6. If the 15 passed by the 6, he could break up that cluster up there, making them look better towards his pocket. But
he got a little maybe unlucky is not the word, but he clipped the point and kept the ball on loose side.
Yeah.
It looked like it should have been coming to his side of the table, but.
Well, here's my opinion, just an opinion on Lucky. He shot the ball there, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
So he did it.
That's why I say he's sort of lucky.
Yes,
but
exactly.
There was no other place for him to shoot it right to that point. Right.
But he did protect the cue ball, so he did the right thing there.
Right.
So
played the cue ball all the way.
Real harm done.
If he two rails the 1 ball towards his pocket, it's not going to go in his pocket. He's got to clear the 6.
He's going to keep the cue ball down there on the rail. Send the 1 ball around. It's going to help a lot. All right. He could hold it on the 15 even better. Did he have it, or did he hold it? Because if John has a shot at that 11, he can shoot that 11 full in the face and stick the cue ball and send it over, possibly clip another ball over on its way. But he's looking at the shoot. Stop looking to shoot. This is not a shooting game.
And again, he shot this kind of shot a few times and flirted with the scratch, and it's either he's bound to scratch or he's perfect. He has that speed down and angle perfectly. This will be his 3rd or 4th time if he shoots this 11 ball and has the cue ball crawl up the rail that he's been flirting with the scratch. I mean, it's great if you're a professional, you can do it.
Yeah.
Let's
see what he commits to first, because he still seems uncertain about it. He's not sure what he wants to do. Do not shoot if you're not sure. He's trying to convince himself that that's what he wants to do. He might just try to thin the 11 and he's trying to thin the 11 over. He's trying to do too much here.
I think
what he's trying to do is send 11 over and catch the 1 to push the 1 over as well, and have the cue ball come back behind the 5. Stay behind the 5 without losing the cue ball, but that's too touchy. And that 15 doesn't allow for that freedom to do so. I just like hitting the 11 ball full in the face, sending it out between the 5 ones over to that side. You might get lucky and break up that cluster a little bit. That's something you could do. But what is this?
He was trying to take an intentional.
No. Does it get the 1 to the rail? The 1 does hit the rail.
Yeah.
The 1 does hit the rail. Now that wound up being a good shot. That was a very good shot.
People are surely to goodness that's not what he wanted.
That's exactly what he wanted to do.
Kicked into the ball that's in the middle of the table
He
to get
spent
behind
a
the
little
1.
time with my 1 pocket player here, showing a little bit, hitting the backside of a ball, sending it up to the pocket. That's why he was so nervous to take the shot.
Because
he was trying to be a little bit more aggressive. I think that was a mistake right there.
Big mistake.
That was huge.
Mistake.
That was lose only protection from those balls. Now he freed up
I
mean, 13 isn't really that good, or 12 rather. The 7 balls free completely, and then 10 balls away. But still, that was just an easy route out.
He didn't have to screw with those balls at all.
John got out of the way. That was a nice shot there. Cross bank over. John's picking up a little bit of momentum and confidence here.
John's up 4-0 in balls, and again, he needs to play the score at this point. There isn't this hanger out ball here, so he doesn't have to go fireballing. The 1 ball is still good for Lou.
I think he needs to get rid of that 1 ball. It's too powerful over by Lou's pocket.
There's
no clear shot here.
Is there no room behind? Sure there is.
There's a lot of room at the camera angle. I had to double check before I answered that. But yeah, he can thin the 1, just send it over. But he has to hit it with a little bit of speed. He could even, well, he has to stretch that way. I was going to say, even if he force falls it and sticks the cue ball to the bottom rail, sending the one ball up table, he won't leave a short rail, a short bank. He doesn't know what to do.
No, I mean,
He's got his hands out. He doesn't know what to
it's
head.
the 1 ball is the first ball. The 11
I don't know
ball
why
is the
he's
second
sending the
ball.
4 ball over there.
The 4 ball has, I mean, I guess that would be shot ball number 3 to consider, but certainly the 1 and the 11 are the first 2 balls. The 1, as you said earlier, the 1 is such a powerful ball there.
Okay, he
Trying
was
to
able to draw
behind.
back. He did get back there. Very nice.
Execution was great.
Nicely done. He's got some momentum. He did break up the treble ball, so the balls went down table, and Lou only has that 111 ball there now. He's going to be, well, he's not forced to play the 1 in this situation. He doesn't have to, but he could just thin it. But bringing it away from the rail gives John a lot more leeway to play with.
So I think even though we were criticizing his choice of shots, he's going to have to shoot some wild ones and get good execution if he's going
If
to
he
get
executes them, there's nothing wrong with him.
there. No one's looking for the hit here.
No, I think it's
Good
an
shot.
okay hit.
Good shot.
An okay hit.
It's good.
Good
Okay shot. Oh, it's great.
John's getting comfortable. His mouth is starting to go.
Starting to go.
Yep.
Bank the 1 ball out of there.
He was talking to somebody at the sidelines there, but no, see, he's being conservative, just getting them out, clearing them out, playing a little smarter.
Yeah, and he's up.
I think his mind is finally now freed of outside influences, and
Well, let's hope so, because that would be a shame if that was a part of it.
that's the whole part. Yeah, I mean, there was a great deal of it, and although
And it was
gentleman that
obvious.
confronted him earlier, physically, or
We
they
don't.
were
We
nose
don't.
to
We don't
nose.
need that. We don't.
It's
need
not necessary. And then the guy sitting at ringside staring him down. I mean, he's not saying a word to him, which
But,
I'll give
yeah.
that much credit to. But even the presence here, that personal space has already been breached.
Right.
And although you may have words or snickering comments back and forth here and there, you do not breach someone's personal space. So I think that had a lot to do with those first 2 racks. He was very uncomfortable, one stroking this and that, looking over his shoulder, and
Yeah.
very offended. He's back into his natural rhythm now, and it looks like himself.
Well, we're going to see an up-table game here. John is playing it correctly now.
Mm-hmm.
And Lou just trying to get balls inside
Just
the
get
table.
balls
Maybe,
over and
maybe get a
away.
bank going. John shouldn't be banking this
John
ball.
has the 7 ball, which isn't too bad if you can
Yeah,
stay
but-
close to center and hold the cue ball.
Right.
But I wouldn't, yeah.
Correct. This is the correct shot.
Yep.
Oh, this
He's
is no
playing
good, though.
smarter now.
Well, it's not going to scratch, so
No,
he's
no, he's
okay.
okay.
But
He said
Well-
that ball 3 rails. Wrong hole again.
wrong hole.
But
Looked like
that 7 ball was a possibility if you could have just, killed the cue ball, held the cue ball down there.
I think
They
you're
would've posed.
falling into his style of play.
Nah, I might have taken that chance there.
Up 4-0.
Up 4-0. Keep the pressure on. Let the
This is
whole
not-
let the ball be a threat. He has no threats up there.
Right.
First one to make a mistake with the cue ball control now at this
Right.
point at the top end of the table, they're going to be firing. Their opponent's going to be firing away.
John is going to take the 6 ball, and therefore he must use the aiming system.
Mhm.
There's just no ifs, ands, or but about it. This is the whole. This
Yeah.
is the reason
This
why
is
we
the
do this,
reason why
right?
we're here.
And
This is
you
the
s-
reason why we're here.
And you see,
Shot. He's shooting a little wild. He's jumping out of
elbow.
his stance. And
I'm going to tell you
getting
that he
excited.
forgot to use the aiming system.
yeah, I don't think he's forgotten much here. I mean, I think he has forgotten more than just the aiming system. Here's what I meant to
Right
say.
at this point. At this point.
Yeah, his
Yeah.
mind game is now starting to come into play a little bit, but he's getting a little overzealous and attacking the table at inopportune times and just rushing shots, flat out shots that should be made.
Yeah. The 6 ball should have been much closer. I mean, yes, it was hanging there, but he's supposed to make that ball.
I'd like to give a little thanks. I see Alan Hopkins Jr. here. You may have seen him at the Super Billiards Expo, but he's standing here ringside enjoying the match now while he's still in town before he goes back south down home. Alan Hopkins Sr. had called me yesterday and was hoping to be able to make it out today. He had some errands to run, some things to handle today, but this match will be going on for a while. If John takes down this match and starts crawling back into it, we'll be looking at a 2-day event here.
Sure.
So maybe Alan can make it out the following day, tomorrow, if not tonight.
Well, that'd be really nice, to have a Hall of Famer, one of the best
Mhm.
one-pocket players has ever played. In the late '80s, Alan Hopkins was considered
Absolutely.
the best one-pocket player in the world.
In that era, in the world, and one of the best money players.
Sure.
I mean, he was 19, robbing world champions that are still in the record books now. And then himself became one of the greats. But we have a lot of Hall of Famers here at Sandcastle Billiards. Pat Fleming, Hall of Famer here.
Matt Fleming, yeah.
Had Mike Siegel came here. We were promoting his GPPA league.
The new
He's
league.
starting out across the nation. He was here also.
John finally played a standard shot, I think.
Well, this is what he promised you earlier, right?
Roll over the top of that head ball, try to kill it on the bottom rail,
Mm-hmm.
and almost executed perfectly. No balls in Lou's side go, so there's no banks going on here, I don't believe. There's no two-railers either. Is
One
there
mention, Jameson New is here also. He's out here. I think he's residing in Florida now.
Yes, he's down in. He is in Florida.
Mhm.
He's south
I think
of
somewhere
me.
by Naples.
Naples, I believe, is what he said.
Mhm.
I'm in St. Pete.
Okay, that's where he was at, St. Pete.
I'm in St. Pete. I'm in St.
Okay.
Pete, so he's in Naples. Is what I believe.
Mm.
Good shot there. You know, again, we'll beat it to death. The right move. You're up 4-0. You got to just keep the balls up table.
Mhm.
And let your opponent try to. He's got to be the one that makes the balls, and therefore he's the one that has to put them in play. Don't put balls in play for your opponent when he's the one that needs to do it. We'll crawl this. I guess it's the 14.
And 14 comes into play. Let's see if John banks this over and gets behind that one ball. I know he's looking at.
He's looking.
Yeah.
He's looking at something up table again.
Yeah,
Maybe
why?
he's just doing it to joke.
He might be because he's getting into his normal self. It's comfort. Okay, but he's being ultra conservative,
That
which
was
is good. That was odd.
That was
I think that was a
ultra.
freebie. I think that was a freebie right there. He could have cross banked that and come underneath that one, but he didn't. I mean, you're not giving up the one. There's no shot there. You get behind those balls, you're okay. There's not gonna. I don't think Lou would be that careless to shoot the one.
This game here is this is a true one pocket game. The other ones may not have been. Those ended up being shooters games. But this
Right.
one here, you know, no ball goes in Lou's pocket, and therefore
Right.
he's the one that's going to be finagling until he gets something. He's behind by 4.
This is something I expected to see right from the start, but I guess
They needed
both guys' heads weren't
they
in
needed
the
to
game.
fire.
Lou came out,
Yeah,
and he came out strong. John was off to a shaky start there.
John shooting.
Now, yeah, he's definitely shooting.
He's got a little bit better than 50-50.
Stan's telling him to shoot this right now.
There you
Stan
go.
Shufford is ringing in his ears. Pro 1, let's go.
Surely he's not going to bang those balls around. Okay, you know, I think he can shoot this ball. I know John can make this ball.
Yeah. I
But
mean,
it-
is there
for-
safe
for
leave
the
on the
$10,000.
top rail? Exactly. It's a little bit different.
A little bit different. So easy when you're playing for nothing and just hitting them on
Mm-hmm.
Thursday evening, and you got to go to work the next day, so you got to be in bed by 9 p.m. But we're here on a Tuesday, and we're going to be here all night. At least that's what John hopes. Now that he's down 2-0, he better be here all night. He's doing a Z. No, he's good. No, he's going to be safe. Just
Yeah.
safe and.
Mm.
Not a great shot because he's now neither of the balls that were in his side of the table bank.
He
I
really didn't
guess
do
the
anything
11,
there.
the 11 might, but he's got.
There's no balls to worry about to protect, and he just said, okay, let me just be safe. And he wasn't really doing anything intentionally
Right.
positive towards his pocket. You have to be a
Exactly.
little offensive in your move.
Right, the cue ball was going to be safe no matter what, and therefore, got to do something else. But easy to talk about. That would have been.
It's
yeah.
easy from here. Absolutely. I'll see Lou if he sees anything to bank up towards this hole. I don't think anything goes. Nothing's clear. So roll up behind the balls. He did not bring the 4-ball high enough. Very good. And he might have gotten. He might have given a little bit of leeway for that 7 to pass by the 3.
It doesn't
So
go
John
in the
is signing
pocket.
as a nut, but
It doesn't
he can
go in the
actually just
pocket.
play it, hold it
Right, and
with
hold it behind
that
these balls.
cluster.
He's just got to make sure he doesn't.
That was nicely done on the cue
Very
ball.
nicely done. Very nicely done. So speaking of St. Pete, I would like to give out a shout out to a couple of the pool halls that are down here that probably are watching this right
Yeah,
now.
please
in,
do.
In,
I mean,
in Clearwater, the Crooked
definitely.
Q, and in Largo, the Corner Pockets. I know both those two will watch streams when they can, and they know about this matchup.
Even pay-per-views?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Thank you. As you know, I'm always on that platform. There is a lot of free things out there, which is great to put the game out there, so
Sure.
long as it's positively produced and professionally put out there. And to get more money in the game, we got to dig in, and everybody's got to chip in and do their part. So
Sure.
please support all pay-per-views out there.
I'll buy pay-per-views even if I know I'm not going to be able to watch them.
That's great. Thank you very much for that, person.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of pay-per-views, we have one coming up in April. We may have a B class or open player or amateur event here today, but on April 15th through 20th, we go to the highest end of the spectrum with 4 elite pros, world champions. Now, failure on execution with the 6 ball coming around, but cue ball is protected behind the balls, and that actually helped John a lot, keeping those balls by his
On
corner.
his side, yeah.
But as I was saying, on the 15th through 20th of April, we have the Make It Happen series of AccuStats Productions putting together an all-star invitational event with the top finishers from the past 3 Make It Happen series events. We have Darren Appleton as runner-up of the 8-ball event. We have Thorsten Homan, the winner of the straight pool Make It Happen event. And also Shane Van Boning, the winner of the 1-pocket Make It Happen event.
Nice.
They all will be returning April 15th here in the Aramith Simonis Arena. A true full production from AccuStats Video Productions. Plus 1 more player will be nominated. You can get your vote in. You can get a package with lots of goodies, things like $500 to $1,000 worth of products that are offered to you at a great discount, which also entitles you to vote for that 4th player to go in as a nice double bank shot. One of the most underutilized shots, and it looked like it was on a little bit more, would have gotten it there, but cue ball was great. 4-ball was great. John's getting comfortable here, so he's dancing around. He's flexing his muscles here. But you can go to accustats.com, accu-stats.com, and click on the image there for the Make It Happen All-Star Invitational. And I hope to see you here then.
As good of a shot that was, he did leave something for Lou, but Lou's got to be careful because if he doesn't make it, he's going to leave a lot for John.
Yep.
And he does make
He did
the ball.
make it. Wow, that was very aggressive there.
And he left it safe.
I think he felt his back against the wall. He had to do something.
Sure, because he is down. He's down 4-0, and all these balls don't go. And
He doesn't
it
like
might have
this
been
bank, I'll tell you that.
No,
He's
no,
smirking
it's
in
wide open
disappointment.
here.
And
15
can't
is in
play
the
this.
way.
He might just have to say, okay, I got my 1, and just get the 4 out of there, keep
Sure.
the cue ball there, and let's see what John comes up with next.
And really, the shot by John was a pretty nice shot. There was all kinds of difficulty to it, and he got like 9 out of the 10 things he needed to, and unfortunately, the 10th thing was to hide every ball.
Yeah.
And he left 1 tough back cut, and Lou made it.
Mm-hmm. You got to give Lou credit. It was a great shot there.
All right. Getting his 4-ball on this side of the table, and John's almost forced to shoot. Well, John was ahead still, so getting the balls out of play isn't a bad idea, but he is getting them out of play out of his area. Just can't leave the 7-ball.
That's a tight bank there. I don't know how much you can hold the cue ball here.
So it looks like he's going
Oh,
behind
yeah.
behind the stack there, but if he goes
Here
too
you go.
bad,
That's good. He might come to the 7. He did well.
that was a little shaky. He went right through the center of the balls. It could have been left right there first, easy straight in for Lou, but he got there. And is Lou going to bank the 7-ball out?
I don't think there was that much to worry about there. As long as you played the shot well enough to your hole to leave it as a threat to your opponent, then none of those balls went. There's nothing really open. So percentages are with you on that one. Now let's see if he plays this 15 to the 7, sticks the cue ball, just rolls up nice and easy behind the 7. Looks like he's going soft and easy on this one.
No.
No, he got the 7 also. Yep, he got
Nice
the 7 as
shot.
well. Very well played.
Nice shot. And John again should be thinking about getting balls up table because he only lost the 1 ball there, so he's still up 4-1. Pretty big lead. And he's got some shots off to his hole. It's not like Lou's been leaving him nothing to shoot at to his hole. He's got a couple of good looks towards his hole and at the same time hiding the cue ball. We've got 8 hours slated of 1-pocket today, and I definitely like to make it into the next day.
Yeah,
Like to
a
see
lot of
us-
people would like to see
know.
this be a 2-day event for sure. And
Definitely.
at this pace now with this rack, I think if this sets the tone,
All right.
we're definitely looking at day 2. Sandra Stevens, Braun Andoni opening up with the race to 7 and 10 ball. to kick things off, and the guys will get their rest. Look at this nice bank here.
He better make
Close.
this because shooting at his pocket from there, I disagree with unless the cue ball was easily safe.
Now Lou's going to have to go for this 4 ball. I don't think he's just going to give him the 6. I mean, even if he does,
Well, this
you know,
tells
there's no
I mean,
shot after the 6. So even if
Right.
he does miss this 4 ball, I mean, you've got to get a ball by your hole also. Yeah, he's not happy jacking up over that 3 ball.
This
He
is
doesn't
one.
want to fire it in either because these pockets won't allow it to suck into the pocket. So he doesn't want to play the 6 ball as well here. He just wants to pocket the 4 for sure, and then either give him the 6.
That's a nice
See
angle.
if something else can happen. Yep. All right, so give him the 1, and doesn't like having to give him. I don't think that these
Sure, especially
these jaws will allow him to get in behind the 6 ball or nestle up with it.
well, I
Without
know
just
that.
a hair more, he could get the cue ball behind it, but now he's
Yeah.
just got to give him this ball, leave the cue ball there.
Yeah,
exactly.
if he was going to be able to take it out, he'd be able to take it out from there, and certainly not from where he was before. But
Right.
But it looked like there was no way.
Yeah,
Going to
there's just
5
no
though,
room. No
giving him
room.
to 5 was.
That's tough to
I
swallow.
know he didn't want to.
But he had to. It was
Right.
the right thing to do. That's for sure.
John has to still remember he's got the lead, and therefore don't go do anything crazy like get balls in play. Because if he goes down 3 games to none,
No.
I mean it's not in a head race,
No, exactly.
right?
That was, I think, one of the offers also. They threw out a 9 ahead race for
They'd be here for a
25,000
month.
or something, and yeah, we don't have that kind of production time.
Right. Race to 9 is a good race. 1 pocket. Lou's gonna have to work on the getting banking lanes open because right now they're not, and I know he's good enough to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Work on those 2 the stripes up by the corner pocket. John will just fire at anything. Actually, John is he's played some pretty good 1 pocket. He's shown some restraint
In this rack, let's say.
in this rack.
I won't say that for the first 2
Yeah,
opening racks,
this,
but
just as soon as I say
this is
that,
good, yep.
just as soon as I say that, he kind of chunked that ball. I don't know if he got that low enough, so Lou was forced to hit it out.
I think he has enough room here. He can cross bank it, but I don't know if
Cross-bank
that pocket will allow the cue ball to be safe. He's got to hit it a little bit thicker.
Thicker to just get it on this side.
Exactly.
No, that's
That's well
that's
played.
right in the
It's in.
pocket.
It's in.
If
Yeah.
he doesn't get behind this ball, Lou is off. Well, at least
This
he's
is
going
an
on 2,
easy,
right?
nice shot here. 3 ball, and tuck behind the 1.
And
3
that'll-
ball goes, you're
and
good.
then
If not,
all the banking lanes are open once he's
Yep.
shooting on the 1 ball.
exactly. It's a big turnaround there. John leaving that 10 ball so low, so high on the
he shot
table.
that. He shot it kind of bad. It
He
almost
caught the rail on the way in, but it's in the jaws, so it's definitely his ball. That can't come out
and there's no way to get it out either. And John could.
without scratching. Yep,
Right.
that's it. So John might just play the 1 to the rail first 3 ball, sending the 1 over to his pocket. That's the only thing he can do here.
Lou showed a little bit of motion there because he knew that once he makes that ball and then the 1 ball, he's banking to actually take the lead in the game.
Now
John
what is
decides
this?
to cut the ball in, which is way wrong at that point. Unless he didn't think he could go to the 1-3 and clear the 1 ball out of there.
No, that 3 looks like that 3's sticking out enough from both angles.
Right.
Live view and the camera angle shows
No.
that 3 ball's past the points. He could have gone rail first and sent a cue ball over.
The only thing
I
bad
mean, the
about
1
this
ball over,
makes this a
excuse me.
left-handed shot, but he's going to play this 2 rails around for the 1 ball, and this obviously in the same pocket because this is 1 pocket, and he'll be in the same position he was just a few seconds ago. That he'd be banking a ball up, 1 of these balls up table. Looks like that 12 ball is the bank ball. Looks like, is he just going to go 1 rail up then instead of the 3?
Rail
All
out
right.
for the cut. I don't like that position at all. He's going for the cut. And just
Yeah, because he's got the 7 ball to bank also, so he doesn't have to play position,
Mhm.
I suppose, for the 12 ball. He can just float across and bank at the 7.
right.
But all the banking lanes are open now. The 3 balls to the left side are on his side, and the 2 balls on the other side don't go for John. So Lou, after he makes this, is going to have control of this rack where John was up 4-0 with complete control.
Right. This will tell all here.
Should hang.
They're reeling out. It has He has room to work with. He can go to
He
the
can-
short
he can
reel and
get
kick
it
it
up.
over to his pocket and send the cue ball down table by that 11.
In
I'm
fact,
sorry, by the 12.
it looks like the ball will be close to going in the pocket if it doesn't go in.
Short reel, bank it over.
Yep.
And there he is. Well played.
Well
Very
played.
well done. He must have heard me. I'm just joking. Don't take me seriously. I know you don't know me that well. I am being sarcastic.
He's got the right side or the left side of this ball
Mm-hmm.
to kick out. The ball didn't go hanging in the pocket.
Sorry if you viewers at home hear a little buzz on the
Ooh,
equipment
not-
interference here coming from various texts and support. And thank you for everybody for tuning in, and thank you to all my friends texting me and everything, sending messages now. So appreciate it, but it's causing buzz. There's a you're welcome.
John's going to be flying this ball. He's going for the
Alright.
bank off
A
the
little wild swing there, trying to make it go, to make it happen. Just let it swing. That was very fortunate that he pocketed that ball, bring it into play. Gives Lou something else to worry about. Be a little bit more conservative in this shot here.
I'm looking at this 13. He can play it off. I'm a 12 ball. He can play off a 12 ball and kick the one ball up table if he was so aggressive.
If he was ahead 7-0,
If he was,
yes.
yeah, that's right.
Being down 5-4, I don't want to try that. I might just kick to the short rail and bring the one up, or if you can crisscross it, send the one up table. Cue ball to the short rail.
Well, he's got to get that one ball closer. Oh, okay. So he bumped the 7. It looked like the cue ball was going to nestle behind the 7 for a straight-in shot. John's going to try the similar shot. Cut the 12 ball in and go behind the 1 ball.
No.
I mean, I know it's not the
No,
right
yeah,
shot, but,
yeah.
the way he looks at it.
So I've been mostly quiet here because I'm afraid to say anything that's normal.
That's right. That's right.
The right
So-
shot's here. So now the right shot here is thin the 1, bank it over. You just get back up table.
He didn't
Yeah,
finish.
he's not even doing that.
Okay. He got
He just
there.
wants
I
to
thought
get it
was gonna-
away.
Yeah,
He wants to hold on to that 1 ball lead here now.
Exactly. And it is the right shot.
Mm.
And
Well, there's always a couple right shots. If you can execute something to a certain level, then
I guess
with
that's
control,
the key.
I
think-
guess.
but John
that's
shoots
good.
some of these aggressive shots, and he really doesn't have
right.
the firepower to
Mhm.
consistently make it.
Let's see what Lou does here now.
I do think, though, that Lou is realizing he's in a little bit more of a battle, even though he's up 2-0.
Mhm.
John has shown some conservative shots here where,
Well-
again, I've seen John shoot before. He's shooting at the hole more normally.
Lou was free to swing away there in the first 2 rocks, and John wasn't into it at all. Now he's giving him a little bit of a battle, a little bit more struggle, and Lou's thinking and having to work for those balls now. So
Here we go. Banking this,
lining up.
lining up the bank.
Mhm.
Cue ball's going to run into the 1 ball.
He hopes. There's a 7, wild swing. 7 ball's good.
And it's
It's
in.
good. Alrighty, that's a
Alright.
good bang. Now let's see if he
Free
can cut
to
the 1
the
in.
1. As long as he doesn't scratch.
Mm-hmm.
This is, he's got to take a look. Yeah, he shouldn't be scratching. Just a little high ball.
Mm-hmm. He'll flatten out. Cuts
Oh.
along. Why is this
He
this
didn't-
jerky little
And he didn't.
fine? Play speed.
All right, he didn't
Speed
go with
is
the
rule number 2.
Yeah.
Protect the cue ball. Play the right speed when playing a ball to your hole.
Yes, he makes this ball. Even if he messes it and hangs it, Lou might have
Yeah.
to put
John
it
took
in.
his
He'd be
time
in
on that going the hill. You really want to get on the hill. Those 3 balls tied up down there, 1 ball out of play, being hanging in the pocket. It's going to be a tippy-tap contest to get to the first shot at spot shot.
All right.
And John really needed to take his time on that 1 ball and play it nice and easy. Even if he didn't pocket the ball, leave the pressure on Lou to come back, not just
Right.
completely give it up. The 1 ball, that is.
Lou needs 3. Lou needs 3, and none of these balls go anywhere. And he looks like wants to get these balls in play. I'm not sure that's the right shot at this stage, but then again, what else has he got to do?
Mhm.
Good shot. Yeah, that cut in the 1 ball. I mean, John could have really controlled this game, but got a little wild, and he had that flying one stroker.
Mm-hmm.
He's on the wrong side of the table. If he hit the...
If it comes out enough to the pocket, he's all right, and it's going to be a tough one. Yep. Looping on the rail, 15's close enough in line to that pocket. Can risk a double kiss. It's going to be close. He's got to play it the right way. Get the cue ball out of the way if he decides to play this ball to his hole.
Well,
Yep.
we saw
He
a
did play
little,
nice
bit of,
speed.
little bit of inside English there. And,
Mhm.
this one's...
I see you didn't say touch of it.
I know, a little bit.
A little
inside
bit of it.
English.
And
I will say touch of inside if somebody's just pocketing a ball with inside English for no reason.
okay, in reference to that system.
Yeah.
Okay. 'Cause there are many uses and there are a lot of correct times to
Yeah.
use a little bit of inside English on shots. So there you go. Nice. There's a nice standard shot there to get the 15 away. Keep on long rail. No banks available.
You know, I do go to a lot of professional events, and especially the Derby City Classic, and I am absolutely shocked. Maybe shocked is not the right word, but I am surprised how many of those type of shots that professional players will use a touch of inside. And I said, I've never realized it until somebody mentioned it.
Mhm.
Like, why would they use that? And it wasn't because of Mr. Wiley. Apparently,
no.
John is lining up a two-railer, and he's going to be firing at this ball. It looks like he's just really... He's not back-cutting bankless, is he? I can't really tell his angle. He
Yes,
is.
he is. He's trying to. There's nothing there, but if
once
he
it-
catches the point, the wrong
Oh,
point.
The wrong point.
The right point would have been okay. He still didn't give it enough speed at all. But he brought a ball into play that Luke cannot play from there. So he's
Like,
doing the right thing.
right,
Send the
bank-
15 right
banking
past
his
it.
ball
Keep
into-
the
to
cue
a
ball over
side.
there. And that 13 ball may be the blocker that he needs to secure the 15 and another one.
This
You
might go
can't
if he
shoot right
misses
out of it.
Yeah,
No. Got to go behind it and leave it by your pocket. That allows space now. That allows space for John to do something with the 15. He has no worries with that 13. You got to
It's a
hit
good
the ball.
shot because it was look good.
Got to hit the ball, Nancy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he
knows
said
it.
the same thing. He's talking to himself there.
Well, if Luke kicks below it, he's in danger of leaving an easy bank.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got to just get the cue ball out of there. See how hard he hits this ball. Oh, he didn't have to kick it at all.
Oh, look at that cue ball straight in the side pocket. That was harsh. I didn't think that angle existed from that.
No.
From there.
So John's going to be shooting a spot shot here, and it's a free spot shot,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll see. I mean, this
I don't
you should
know,
be setting this
you
up
have
for
the
a
better angle for
half
this.
ball hit.
Can he catch that 13 or
Why would he
does
want
it does
to?
it go past it? I can't tell from where I'm sitting. It does go past it. Okay. I
Oh,
couldn't tell.
yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't tell
yeah,
the
yeah,
angle
yeah,
from
yeah,
the
yeah,
spot
yeah.
to the 13 there.
Sorry. Yeah.
But he's in good shape here. He should take this down.
He's on 2, and this is an easy drawback, snatch back, 6 inches. Lou should give this game up instead of letting him shoot this. No, actually,
No,
he got
not for
back cut.
10,000. I'm not giving you a ball.
Well, it's the
Unless
games.
it's hanging.
It's the gamesmanship type of
Yes,
thing.
and there's no friends here on this
That's
table.
right. John is got a game, so therefore it's not going to be a skunk.
Right.
2-1, and he did control.
Mhm.
He was in the lead for most of that game, and 2-1. And I would have to say that was the first game that was like more of the one pocket moves than than the first two for sure. Well, let's see if that affects anybody.
Yeah, we'll see. John requested my DJ to put up his theme music for this evening, which I had discussed with the ladies earlier, or the guys, and deemed it
No
too
issues?
much. No issues, but it'll be too much. A little bit of distraction, even for the friendly games.
Yeah.
So it was just a special effect for the intros. But since we have it sitting here ready to go,
Sure, there you
he
go.
requested it, not a problem. Lou's entitled to do the same. If he wants
Right.
to stick it to John, and he gets the rack
There
also.
you go. Now, hopefully, for Lou's sake, he doesn't dwell on a couple of shots earlier where the ball that he missed down the rail,
Mhm.
that if he made that, I think that he would have been in control What do we want for
I'm
bathroom?
gonna see for a
break
bathroom break. What is it? What was the agreement? What was the agreement? Okay, John asked Lou to take a break. I'm gonna go clarify a couple things.
And I'm going to take a break as well.
All right.
Alrighty,
Well,
so we'll be
here's
back
a
with you
few
in a few
looks at
minutes.
our sponsors here. Thank you very much for some graphics going up on there. Fill up some time. Listen to the music in the background, and we'll be right back.